10 things you can do on Linux but not on Windows. For some users, Linux is far better than other OSs. There are a whole lot of things you can do with Linux that are not possible on Windows. Linux has gained significant popularity in the last decade or so. Despite having a relatively low market share compared to Windows, it is well adapted to the evolving user requirements through its constant development. Linux has some state-of-the-art features that other operating systems lack for now. Such features, along with its solid support, are continuously growing within its community. So let's take a look at 10 things you can do on Linux that you can't do on Windows. Number 1. Test a distro through live boot. Linux has various distributions that offers tons of unique features. The great thing is that distros let you test the environment first using a live boot feature. If you are thinking about shifting to Linux, there is no need to delete your current OS. The live boot feature enables you to run any Linux distro in real time through a USB drive. So you can evaluate a distro while keeping your current operating system intact. This feature is not just limited to testing. However, it allows you to keep Linux portable on a USB drive. You can start using any Linux distro without configuring your PC hard drive partition and other settings. Live boot is safe for your system as it mostly runs on RAM. But first, you will have to create bootable USB drive using the distro's ISO image. Number 2. Choose from so many distros and flavors. As you may know, Linux has several distributions and flavors. You can find distros that are suitable for a specific audience like gamers, novice users, system developers, ethical hackers, network engineers, and more. Each distro has some unique features and optimizations for particular types of users and systems. The competition between distros improves the quality of the Linux ecosystem as a whole. You can even use a particular distro for personal use and another for work. This variety helps provide you with a personalized experience. You can get a targeted Linux distro if you want to use the OS for specific tasks. With so many distros and their flavors, Linux offers you choices that you don't get on Windows. You get just one flagship OS from Microsoft. Number 3. Use the operating system for free forever. Linux is open source and you can install it for free. Unlike Windows, which comes at a rather hefty price, Linux creator developed this operating system because he wanted a free operating system to use. So you can select any Linux distro and install it without worrying about spending a dime. Moreover, most applications that come with Linux, such as LibreOffice, Firefox, GIMP, and a lot more, are also free. Unlike the costly Microsoft Office subscription, this freedom is one of the main highlights behind the success story of Linux. Number 4. Create your own operating system. Relating to the point above, as Linux is open source, it means anyone can use, edit, and distribute its source code. You have access to the complete code, and you can modify it or even add custom features to it. This step is considered pretty innovative, and it is one of the reasons behind its popularity. Imagine the features you always wanted, now you can add them yourself and develop a customized operating system. The open source nature of Linux has helped in growing its community support. You can easily get solutions and fixes for any problem you face through discussions on forums. It's all because of the open source code. Clearly, you can't do such things on Windows due to the unavailability of source code. Microsoft prefers to keep Windows closed source. Number 5. Use the operating system without needing an antivirus. Another perk of using Linux is that Linux-based systems don't need antivirus software. This is because most virus and malware target Windows PCs. The Linux system has a protective layer over core OS files, which doesn't allow anyone except super user to access root files. This is why virus attacks on Linux are rare. So you don't need to buy costly antivirus software for your system every year as you do with Windows. Number 6. Don't need to restart the PC at each step. Reboot after each system update or a software uninstall is a pretty annoying thing on Windows. It is usually not the case with Linux, as installations don't require the system to reboot at each step. Windows systems require a reboot after a change in any of their configurations. For example, configuring the speakers, webcam, and more. Linux is smooth in this respect. It barely asks you to restart the system after a change in settings. However, Linux does not need to restart at times, but only after updates in the Linux kernel. So all in all, the experience is pretty smooth, not requiring long hours for waiting for system to reboot and configure after an update. Number 7. Use lightweight distros to resurrect old PCs and laptops. Operating system support for old system is continuously discontinuing. This is mainly because of the rapid improvement in hardware technology. Recently, Windows with Windows 11 has discontinued its support for various older PCs. However, Linux provides solution to address this issue. You can resurrect your old laptops and PCs by installing Linux distros suitable for your device specifications. You can easily find the right one that supports low-end and old systems, as there are plenty of lightweight distros on offer, specially made for this purpose. Not only distros, but you also get lightweight applications that run seamlessly on old hardware without bogging down the system. Number 8. Customize almost any component of the operating system. Again, as Linux is open source, it means anyone can use, modify, and test its code. This feature allows you to add custom features and improvements to your system. Even if you are not a developer and don't want to play with source code, Linux lets you customize almost every aspect from within the settings and through the terminal. You can customize things like themes, metrics, filing systems, and much more. You can even change the default file manager, desktop environment, and other primary components of your operating system. Number 9. Create a folder named con. Don't believe me? Try it yourself. Windows forbids creating a folder named con. This is because con is reserved to use for specific system tasks. Linux allows you to create a con folder. However, in fact, there is no restrictions in naming folders and files. This feature is something you can't have on Windows. Number 10. Use multiple desktops environments simultaneously. Desktop environments like GNOME, KDE Plasma, XFCE, and more are the beauty of Linux. You can go a step further and install multiple desktop environments on the same Linux distro. This ability lets you taste different flavors of the same distros simultaneously. Some Linux distros come pre-installed with multiple desktop environments, while in others, you too install and configure desktop manually. You won't find this functionality on Windows altogether, as there is only a single Windows desktop you are bound to use. Enjoy a unique desktop experience on Linux. Linux is an innovative operating system backed by an enormous community that continuously expands its feature set. It is growing in terms of features, performance, and stability. As listed above, Linux provides various unique features missing from other proprietary operating systems like Windows. If you are looking for any of these features in your operating system, feel free to switch to the Linux. It's free and you can test it through a live boot with just a USB drive. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It helps make a good content for you. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out.